We've got a big problem in Texas. We've got a lot of work to do to re-educate. I've seen some activity.
We got Soviet brainwashing in the state police.
We do. And we're talking about building hedges between the federal intervention and the state of Texas to protect this economy from that one world order initiative.
She go on record saying she's not a Bilderberg and she would not support what Rick and Kay do?
I think I'm on record loud and clear in lots of places all over Texas saying I'm not a Bilderberger and I in no way support Rick and Kay.
We are aware that stepping off into secession may in fact be a bloody war. We are aware. We understand that the tree of freedom is occasionally watered with the blood of tyrants and patriots. These are serious days.
Do you believe the government was any way involved with the bringing down of the World Trade Centers on 9/11?
I don't have all of the evidence there, Glenn. So I'm not in a place. I have not been out publicly questioning that. I think some very good questions have been raised in that regard. There's some very good arguments, and I think the American people have not seen all of the evidence there. So I've not taken a position on that.
The 9/11 Commission report, great sections of that are redacted and they're top secret. That makes us all wonder, well, what's happening back there? And the same is true with the birth certificate thing, and I think it's healthy that people are asking questions. I think the questions that I've heard asked are how those buildings fell.
Right.
And I'm not the engineer to know that, and I think those are good, relevant questions to ask. That's not saying our government was involved. I don't know that I think our government was involved. I think they're questions that need to be asked. We need to elect people who are natural-born citizens according to our Constitution.
Is President Obama a naturally-born citizen?
That's a question some people are asking, isn't it?
Yeah, what do you believe?
I don't think it's been asked and answered clearly.
In relation to the 9/11 attacks, you said that there have been some very good questions raised in that regard. What were you talking about? What good questions?
I've seen some information about how come, I think, and I may be wrong because this is 8 or 9 years ago now, but if I believe correctly, I think we didn't have any loss of life of police officers from New York City, but we had a number of lives lost that were firefighters, and how come the police officers got out but the firefighters didn't get out? Questions about cleanup. I know that there are questions out there. As I said yesterday, that's not something anybody has ever really questioned me about. It's not something I've delved deeply into, but I am aware enough of society to know that there are people who have questions, and I think that they're good questions.
But questions specifically about whether the government was involved in that attack?
Yeah, and that's not the question I heard. No, I don't know about that.
If you were to summarize this whole brouhaha, would you consider it an attack or a mistake?
An attack. I don't think there's any question it's an attack.
Why?
Coordinated
attack.
Between whom?
The Kay Hutchison and Rick Perry campaign.
The Rick Perry and Kay
Get her out of the way. We're the political royalty here. She has no business on this stage. Let's get her out of the way.
You have the sense that it was a coordinated effort between them and Glenn Beck. They were working together in Glenn Beck?
I don't know who the players were. I just know what it felt like on this end.
Right. I'm just trying to get a sense of whether Glenn Beck's included in the course they're shooting at. But that Glenn Beck would have been somebody who also would have been. You think that was? You said it felt like a setup. It felt ugly.
Yeah. How those things. I mean, we could speculate all day long about who knew what, when, and where. I'm just saying it felt ugly on this end.
Well, I know, but as long as you're speculating, what do you think?
Yeah, was it his producer who said, "Hey, here's the question that you asked," and told Kay and Rick? I don't know. Did Glenn get set up too? I don't know. When you try to throw that mud at Debra Medina and say she's a crazy person, there's nothing about me that makes me look like I'm a crazy person, and Texans see that.
We have an international commission controlling our borders.
That's right.
That's what the globalists do. They create private commissions to steal our water, our land. Long live the Republic.
Long live the Republic.
Death to the New World Order?
Yes, absolutely.
So you are against the globalists?
Against the globalists.